Realer than most podcasts with Corey Thomas. Just here to motivate and give you the real.
2023 is upon us. 2023 is upon us. It's time to do something new. It's about that time. It's time to stop the judgment. No more judgment. Which leads me to the first point. Let's get rid of judgment, man. Let's stop judging people because it's not doing anything for us. Judging people ain't doing nothing for us. And then I want you to think, if you were put in the situation that they are in, that you are judging them for, what would you do? So let's stop judging them, because if we were put in that situation, there's no telling which way we would go. It's no telling what move we would make. It's no telling. So stop judging them. We aren't God. We're individuals just like them who have the same power. We have no more power than they have. All we have is decisions, and that's a whole nother topic. But let's stop the judgment. No more judgment. The information comes from unknown sources. The information isn't always going to come from your best friend or your mother or your father or your uncle or your grandma. The information could be coming from that person that you're judging, but you're not receiving the information because you're rejecting it, because you're choosing to judge them. Let's stop judgment. Information comes from unknown sources. Put the judgment down. Put the judgment down. And do what you were put here to do. Put the judgment down and do what you were put here to do. It's simple. Do what you were put here to do. Do what feels right. Do what you're passionate about. Do what what comes natural to you. When you wake up, what do you just want to do? I want you to think more about that and less about the stuff that you don't want to do. Do what comes natural to you. Do what works. Do your gift. Because oftentimes when we have a gift, when we do what comes natural to us, we believe this gift is everybody's gift, which is the furthest thing away from the truth. I've been guilty of feeling this way because I've felt this way before. Like something that comes easy to me, I believed it came easy to everyone. And that's not true. That's not true. That was just a gift of mine. It was just a gift. That's all. Let's tell wrongdoing no. Let's tell wrongdoing no. God does not condone wrongdoing. Let's stop thinking when something devilish happens and we profit from some foolishness. Let's stop thinking that that's God, because it's not. God does not condone wrongdoing. He does not. So that's not God. Let's tell wrongdoing no. Doing wrong, I'm saying no. I'm just going to say no. I'm not going to do that because I can be righteous and hit that goal. I don't only have to get it the wrong way. I can get it the right way. I truly believe that. I'm enough. When you're enough, you know you can get it the right way. And I got news for you. You're enough as well. You can get it the right way. You don't have to demonize yourself. You don't have to dumb yourself down, because that's what you're doing in a sense. You're dumbing yourself down to cut corners because you believe you aren't enough. But I'm here to tell you that you are. You are enough. Don't be afraid to rattle a cage. Sometimes in life, I feel we oftentimes miss out because we're so afraid to rattle that relationship. We're so afraid to tell that person, I don't see it like you. We're so afraid to tell that thing, I know I'm going to do it this way and not your way. Don't be afraid to rattle a cage, because your blessing can be on the other side of that, of rattling that cage. You haven't been blessed because you haven't rattled the cage. This person hasn't given you the information you require because you just keep saying yes to everything. You have yet to implement your own mind into the situation that you and this person are in. Implement your mind. You're smart. You don't always have to go along with what everybody else say. You don't have to. You don't have to. That's a choice. And if you ask me, that's a wrong choice. Going along with everything someone else says is wrong. No one is God. No one is always right. Every idea someone has is not brilliant. And if you've never told them so, then you're wrong. You're not being a friend. You're being an enabler. You are being an enabler. If you're my partner, if you're my homeboy, if you're my homegirl, I have no problem telling you, you know what? That ain't so hot right there. It's not that I ain't messing with you or I love you any less. I'm just going to let you know the truth. Everything ain't what it is. Everything is not hot. Like I say, I reiterate, not saying I want to go to war with you. I just disagree with what you believe at this time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's needed. Sometimes I have to disagree with this mediocre idea so that you can come up with an amazing idea. And if I would have let you go along with that mediocre idea, we would have never been here at this amazing idea. So let's think of things in that way, in that perspective. If we knew the path, now I want you to think about this deeply. If we knew the path that we were supposed to walk, we would all walk that path differently than we're supposed to. Or shall I say different than we're supposed to. If you knew for a fact that January 1st, 2023, you would be gifted $10 million, I'm telling you, right now, today, you would probably slap your boss. You'll probably be flicking people off. You'll probably be telling them all about themselves because you knew January 1, 2023, you was inheriting 10 mil. We don't know that, though. We don't know it. When we know and we see the path, we're going to walk it different. And that's one of the things I love about life is that we don't know. We don't know the path. We can't see the path. Everything isn't laid out. We just have to gravitate towards what feels right. We just have to gravitate toward what we want to do. We just have to gravitate toward what we believe success is, what we believe positive energy is, what we believe positive vibes are. That's what we have to gravitate towards. Once again, I say, if we knew the path, we would walk the path differently. And you let me know if you feel the same way. Because I believe you would as well. You would walk a way different path if you knew what was coming next. You were supposed to go through that. No, people are not going to tell you that, but you were supposed to go through that. I was on the phone recently with a close friend that's actually having a lot of life-changing things going on, and it's all positive. Like, really turned his life around. And just being the man I always knew he could be. I was talking to him on the phone the other day, and he was telling me about a lot of stuff he was going through. And mind you, our conversation is a lot different now than what it used to be. We used to talk about crazy stuff, about foolishness that each other was going through. And we don't talk about that same foolishness anymore because he's evolved and I've evolved as well. So our conversation is a lot different. Our conversation is a lot more mature. It's a lot more grown in a sense. And he was telling me about some of the stuff he was going through. And it's crazy because all of the stuff sounded minor. Everything he was talking about was minor. Nothing was major. So I'm just sitting there listening. And at a certain point, he kind of catches it as well. And he says, "Oh, man, bro, why are you so quiet? Hey, man, you normally have something to say." And I tell him that exact thing. I say, "Hey, bro, we done came a long way. That stuff you talking about is minor. That stuff you talking about, we can get back. We ain't talking about no major stuff. We talking about minor stuff. So let's stay the course and keep knocking on that door. Keep trying to open that door. And eventually it's going to open. Eventually we're going to be right where we want to be." And he couldn't do nothing but say, "Yeah, man, you right, man. Yeah, man, you right." I had nothing to say because it was nothing I could have told him that he didn't already know. Sometimes we have to let others figure it out for themselves. Instead of always stepping in, let's let them figure out. Let's see the growth with them. Because if I'm always telling you the same thing, then you're not getting it. But if I can take a step back and you come to that realization on your own, now I can see you getting it. You getting it. You understand. And I love that. Understanding is key. Understanding is amazing. I love understanding. Now you can relate. Now you can relate. It's about relating to those who we love, who we trust, who we want to build. Because everyone doesn't have to already be a finished product. Because me personally, I'm not a finished product. I'm a person of continual being that's trying to get rid of congestion out of my life. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not here on the mic today saying I'm better than you, saying I don't have issues, because the same way I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. I'm speaking to myself. I have the same issues that you have, and that's why I'm speaking on them. That's what Realer Than Most is all about. It's about keeping it real. None of this stuff is fabricated. Everything is made up. Everything is made up. The content, we put hours and a lot of work and grind and sweat into bringing this to you guys week in and week out, and we enjoy it. This isn't something that's work to us. This isn't something that's strenuous to us. This is something that we enjoy because we feel like we're doing a service. If we can help one person, then we've done our job. That's what it's all about. It's about helping people. It's about us going to the next level. It's about you going to the next level. And we can help each other because, like I was just saying, we can relate. We're all going through the same stuff in some form, shape, or fashion. So let's get it. Let's relate to each other. Let's get it. Now your reach is further. Now your reach is further. Now my reach is further. Let's extend our reach. I want my reach to be further. I want to extend my reach because that happens when you grow. When you grow, your reach extends. One friend told me, man, he was just like, man, bro, I don't think you understand how far your reach is. And and to be honest with you, I didn't really understand him at the time, but I always think about what he told me. I was like, I don't think you understand how far your reach is. And then he told me one day, I was like, yeah, bro, what you mean by that? He was like, when you say certain stuff, people listen. And I stopped and thought about it. I was like, what do you mean people listen? I like, people listen to everybody. He was like, no, people don't listen to anybody. They may listen, but they're not going to apply. He was like, when you say stuff, people apply it. And I can only thank God for that. I can only say that people apply it because I'm trying to be as real as possible. Like, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not trying to kick anybody a game that's not true. I just want to kick you the truth. Whatever I tell you, I want it to be true. I'm not going to tell you about something I haven't been through. Everything I speak to you about, I've personally grown through or know somebody going through it. And I've been educated upon that topic. So it's about being real. And it's about extending the reach. My reach is further. And I love that. I thank God for that. Many people will tell you about their good, but not many will tell you about their bad. I'm somebody who will give you both sides of the coin. I'll tell you the good, and I'll also tell you the bad. And I'm a coach, so I kind of thrive and I live in those type of situations because I have an open line of communication for any player that I coach, any player that I train, and I make that my policy from day one. You can call me and we can talk about anything. We can talk about personal life. We can talk about school. We can talk about family. We can talk about the game, the sport. We could talk about anything because I believe coaching never stops. Coaching is a continual thing. If you are a coach, then you know that you're always at work. You're always at work. I'm never off. I'm always coaching. Always coaching. If I can give my players just a little bit of information that can make a situation easier for them or make them see something 2020 instead of that vision be blurred, that's amazing to me. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And I try to keep it genuine and I keep it real. That's why I have a 24/7, you can hit coach up anytime policy. It's never going to be a time I'm going to say, don't call me. I'm not that coach. I want you to call me. Call me before you do something crazy. Before you do it, maybe we could talk about it, and I can help you see the wrongs and the right in the situation. We could talk each other off the ledge in a sense, because coach need to talk just like you need to talk. So I'm here for you. I'm here for you, and I take pride in being here for you. I want to be here for you. How many of us have people in our life that are here for us? Now, on the other side, I want you to think, are you being there for them? They're there for you, but are you here for them? Let's reciprocate that love. Let's be there for them as well. Let's not have it one-sided. Oh, every time I need something, they right here. Every time I need to talk, they right here. Where you at when they need to talk? Where you at when they need something? That's a relationship killer. When the love is not reciprocated, let's reciprocate that love. It's some good game, y'all. That's a real jewel right there. Good people need good people. Good people will stop situations, stop bad situations before they even arise. Some people and some groups are so tight that they never even have to address mishaps. They never have to address disloyalty because it just doesn't happen. And that's amazing to me. That's letting me know that you got the right people around you, your group tight, when you don't have to address that type of stuff. Your group is really, really tight. When you don't have to address it, you know what that means, y'all? That means it's not happening. So that's amazing. We never had to address it, so it's not happening. That's amazing. Other times it helps to be uncensored. Take the censor off. Take the filter off. Tell them the brutal truth. And I think some of us struggle with that. Telling our significant other the brutal truth. Telling our children the brutal truth. Telling our mothers, our fathers the brutal truth. Let's take the filters down. Just keep it 100. That way, you can't be misquoted or you can't be misunderstood. Keep everything 100. Tell them exactly how you feel. And sometimes, yes, it's going to be hurtful. But sometimes it's what they need to hear. Sometimes when we have those filters up, we're not giving them exactly what they need because we're halfway saying what they need. Let's give them 100% of what they need. And sometimes what they need is for us to get on them more. That's going to help them out more than us patting them on the back and tell them they got it when they don't. Let's get on them. Let's get on them. I take pride in getting on you. If you're my partner, I'm going to get on you. You step out of line, I'm going to let you know about yourself. And at the same time, I'm going to let you know I love you. But yeah, bro, you stepped out of line right there. Or, you know what? I'm not going to advise you and tell you what to do because that's wrong. But I'm going to tell you what I would have did in that situation. In that situation right there, this is how I would have handled that. And you take from that what you may. So don't ever tell somebody how to handle it. Oh, you should do this. No, because you're leading them wrong. You're leading them wrong. What you tell them is how you would have handled that situation. And now you give them perspective. And now they can take a step back and take from what you said and implement that into their life and into their situation. That's the way you do it. We leave out some of the real when we filter ourselves. Let's stop filtering ourselves. No more filters. I'm talking to somebody I love and somebody I care about. Obviously, if I'm telling you anything, you're somebody I love and care about, because if I didn't love or care about you, I wouldn't even be saying it. But let's leave out filters. No more filters. It's nothing wrong with being tired. It's okay to be tired. It's nothing wrong with being tired. You're supposed to be tired. If you're not tired, then you're not going hard enough. If you're always in a place where you're laxed and you're at ease, you're not challenging yourself. Challenge yourself. You need to know your limit. Know your limit. And you're never going to know your limit if you stay back, if you never go 100. Push that limit. Push the limit. You'll never know your limit if you never push it. You won't know it. Push your limit. Get tired. See how well you can function when you are tired. Some people can't function when they're tired. And sometimes that's the difference between you and the other person. Y'all evenly matched. But the difference between you and him or you and her is she can function when she's tired. So let me go up a notch. Let me be able to function when I'm tired as well. Let me be able to function when I'm tired. Tired folks are still capable. You're capable. Just because you're tired don't mean you're not capable. And a lot of the times that's just the story we tell ourselves. We're telling ourselves we're tired, but we're not. Truth be told, if it was a life or death situation, you could run 10 miles right now because we don't want to die. So we're going to do what's necessary to live. Survival is the most basic human instinct. We will do whatever it takes to survive, but we won't know until we're put in a life and death situation. And I hate to get that serious with it, but oftentimes when you put yourself in a situation where it's fight or flight or life and death, you gonna get the real. You gonna get the real. You gonna feel your limitations. You gonna know your limitations. You gonna know, man, I just ran 10 miles and I ain't even tired. You know why you ain't tired? Because you scared. You was thinking about dying. Not running 10 miles ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. I can run 10 miles easy to save my life. Before I wasn't motivated. I ain't had a bright motivation. That's all it was. But he gave me that robber or that coronavirus or that sickness, that illness gave me the right motivation. Now I see what I'm capable of. So let me just take that out of my vocabulary. I'm tired. Or let me just know that when I am tired, I'm still capable. When you're tired, you are still capable. The season, everyone is not operating at 100. Everyone is not operating at 100%. Life is similar. Everybody's not operating at 100%. I heard once that human beings only use 10 to 13% of their minds. We only use 10 to 13%. So we're leaving out. We are leaving out a huge percentage. You're only using 10 to 13. So if you're using 10, you're leaving out 90%. If you're using 13, you're leaving out 87%. Those margins are huge. Let's tap into those margins, which we are more than capable of. We can tap into that. Yes, we can. This year we'll do it. 2023, it's gonna be amazing for you. It's gonna be amazing for me. It's gonna be abundant for you. It's gonna be abundant for me. I'm gonna speak on it now and thank God for how he's gonna bless us later. I'm gonna thank God today. I am truly blessed. I have a habit of telling people I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And most of the time it comes when I'm making a above average purchase. And the person looks at me and says, wow, you're really buying this, or you're really doing this. And it's not the gloat. I look at him with a smile and I tell him, man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. This ain't me doing this. This God doing this. This God. And I'm going to let him use me, and I'm going to be the instrument he needs me to be for you, for me, for anybody. I'm doing his work, y'all. I'm doing his work. And I want you to come with me. Let's do God's work. Let's do God's work. Let's stop putting people down. Let's lift them up. It's time to do God's work in 2023, y'all. We want God to take care of us. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take care of him. We're going to take care of his children. So it's only right that he take care of us. It's that simple. It's that simple. Tired doesn't mean stop. When you get tired, don't stop. Keep pushing. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Live high. I want you to live high. Please live high. Live in the sky. Because when you're in the sky, earthly things can't bother you. When you're in the sky, snakes can't bother you. When you're in the sky, a gator can't get you. When you're in the sky, all that stuff on the ground. So that stuff I ain't even got to worry about. Live high. Consequences of living low. Getting bit by a snake. Being amongst folks that you're not supposed to be amongst. You living on the ground with things that live on the ground. Stop living on the ground when you're supposed to live in the sky. I'll leave you with that. And this is Corey Thomas, y'all, with Realer Than Most.
Realer Than Most podcast with Corey Thomas. 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 With Corey Thomas.